Hi there. Today I want to talk about some mistakes you can avoid when buying your property. See, as first-time home buyers or buying many properties, there are some really key mistakes that people make that can really change the outcome of purchasing property. One of the biggest mistakes we see is people walking into a property and falling in love. So in falling in love with the property. And the problem with that is it removes your ability to be objective. When you walk into a property and you think, this is the house for me, this is the house that I'm going to raise my kids in, my furniture is going to go here, it really reduces your ability to objectively see the issues that might be with the house. See, when we walk around the house, we want to make sure that we're looking at things that will impact not only our future benefit, our future use of the property, but actually will benefit or could retract from our pocketbooks. Things like looking at structure, foundations, the wiring, the plumbing, those kind of things, they're key to understanding the inner workings of a house. And if you're not objective, and if you can't see the objective issues with the house, then you can overpay for the property. The other reason falling in love is a problem is it really removes your ability to walk away when you're negotiating the deal. Walking away is one of the key negotiating tactics to getting a price that makes sense to you. When we go into a house, when we're purchasing a house and we're planning on, and we love the property and we just, need to have it, we'll almost pay whatever it takes just to get it. We love it that much. And we need to make sure that we take a step back and think about what we're actually doing. So falling in love is a really key mistake that you can avoid simply by going through every house you look at with a checklist. Looking at structure first, looking at the area influences, seeing how far the schools are and the bus routes, and what kind of traffic patterns are outside your street. When you're in the house first, go to the basement, take a look at those things first. Then stand in the living room and watch the traffic in front of the house, and if it's loud or it's big. If you're seeing transport trucks or you're seeing, a bus line that just constantly goes past your house, those are things that you really want to be focusing on when shopping for a house. The second big mistake that people make is not obtaining financing up front. And I don't necessarily mean you have to actually have the money in your pocket. What I mean is not talking to a financial institution, a bank, a mortgage broker, a mortgage agent, and discussing with them whether or not you can actually afford to purchase a house. You more than likely can get a mortgage if you have decent credit and a decent job, but the amount of mortgage is really the key here. If you're shopping for a house that's outside your budget range, it sets up expectations that just can't be met. So we want to make sure that we're getting our financing up front, understanding what we can afford and how much house that will actually get us. See, there's really only three things that we can deal with in real estate, and that is the location of the property, that is the price of the property, and that's the quality and or the conditions within the property. See, the location of the property is simple. It's wherever the property is located. Different neighborhoods are worth different prices based on build construction, distance to amenities, and overall aesthetic appeal. Price of the property is a cap on what you can actually afford. If you can't afford a $400,000 house and you can only afford a $300,000 house, then you need to go to a neighborhood that allows you to afford that property. And third is the quality or conditions. The quality or condition of a house would be, whether or not the house needs a lot of major renovations, or it has 4 bedrooms instead of 3 bedrooms, or you want a garage or no garage. Those are the qualities and conditions of a house, and those are the trade-offs that we have to make. So knowing how much you can afford up front is really key in avoiding heartbreak, avoiding mistakes when purchasing your property. The third real big mistake that people make tends to be when they're shopping for houses without any kind of representation. See, I'm not advocating for you to get a realtor, but I am advocating for you to have education. Know what you're supposed to know about housing. Have somebody talk to you about the ways that real estate works, because there's things in real estate that everyone should know, like what's a freehold home, what's a condominium, What's the difference between a detached and a semi-detached or a link home? And those really impact the future benefit of the home. So getting some basic real estate knowledge, understanding the types of housing, understanding the locations, understanding what it is that you are purchasing, it's a really key thing to have. And having a checklist that you can use so that when you're shopping, you can make informed decisions and objectively compare properties between each other. What's the difference between a detached over here for $400,000 and a semi-detached over here for $350,000? And which one is actually a better buy? Which one is a better investment? Which one will, serve us better in the long run? Those are some key mistakes that people make, is they are not getting financing up front. They are falling in love before they are objectively considering the property. And the third one is not having a real estate knowledge to draw on before they make a purchasing decision. So if you have any other questions, or you're wondering if there's any other mistakes you can avoid, please reach out to me at any time. I'd be happy to help. But for now, have a great day.